Welcome back everyone to our Linux series today. We are diving into an essential topic, file management and security. In this video, you will learn how to control access or accessing the files, manage ownership and apply special permission to protect your files. Stick around and by the end of this video, you will know how to modify permissions using chmod, change ownership and secure files with special permissions like setuid, setgid, and sticky bit, etc. Okay, let's start. The objective of this video is understand the special permissions like setuid, setgid, and sticky bit. We'll discuss about some secure file management techniques. Okay, and then we'll learn how to manage file permissions and ownership in a Linux. Okay, let's kick things off by understanding file permissions and ownership, which are fundamental to the Linux security. In Linux, every file and directory has an owner and a set of permissions that control who can access or modify it. These permissions are divided into three categories: user, group, and others. The user is the person who created or owns the file. They have specific permissions that apply only to them. The group refers to the collection of users. By setting group permissions, you can allow certain users within that group to access or modify the file. Others are everyone else on the system who doesn't own the file or belong to the group associated with it. Each of these categories has three types of permissions. Okay, read, write, and execute, RWX respectively. Read allows you to open, view the contents of a file or list the content of a directory. Okay, write lets you modify the contents of a file or add and delete files within a directory. Execute allows you to run a file if it program or script or enter a directory using the cd command. These permissions are essential for keeping your system secure, as they let you control who can access, modify, or run important files. Let's look at an example. Let's run ls-l to list the files with their permissions. Okay?
ls-l command gives the file informations such as file owner, file size, and file permissions.
Here you can see the file permission applied to the file and directory. So here the file starts with the hyphen and directory starts with a D. The first three letters are applied to user, then group, then others. Here you can see dash R W dash R W dash dash R dash dash. It represents the file permission. The file starts with the hyphen and the directory starts with the D. Okay. Let us see how to use chmod command now. Chmod 755 file name. Okay. This gives the user or owner of the file the read, write, execute access. You can see here the after hyphen the first three letters RWX, it indicates read, write, execute permission to user, then groups access, then others access. Okay, so you can change the user permissions, other permissions, and group permission using chmod command. We have seen how to change file permissions. Let us see how to change ownership. There are two types in changing ownership. One is chown and another one is chgroup. Chown is for changing the owner, chgroup is changing the group ownership. Okay. Syntax also you can see here in the slide. Command, then user or group name, then the file or directory name. See here in the command format, this is the command and this is the user, this is the file. Okay. Linux, every file has an owner and a group associated with it. The chown command allows you to change the owner of the file. Okay, this is useful when you need to transfer the ownership of one user to another user. Okay,
Let us see how to use chown command. Chown user and file is the format. If you are a not sudo user, then you have to use sudo command before the chown.
Now you list the file. Owner of this file might have changed. Okay, you can see the prasanna test is the owner of the file here. Earlier it was prasanna, right?
We can change the user and group permission in one go. Syntax is sudo chown user, then group colon group, then file name is the format.
You can list the file. Now the group, the earlier the group was prasanna, and now it is changed to developers and prasanna test. Okay, so this is the usage of chown command. Let us move to the change group command, right? Change group ownership of the command. So instead of changing at once, if you want to change only the developers this group, then you can use, right, grp. The change group command is similar to cho, but specially changes the group ownership of a file. This is useful when managing a team permission in a shared directories. Example, let us say you have owned by the group developers and you want to transfer the files into the group managers. You can change the you can run chgrp, then the group name, then the file name. In case if you are not a sudo user, you have to use the sudo in the beginning. Okay, let us see. Now let us change this group to chrg persona group and file name h.file. Okay, now list the file permission. Now list the file. You can see user is still persona test, but the group is changed. Okay, now let's take the file permission to the next level with special permissions. This includes setuid, setgid, and stickybit, which give more control over how files and directories are accessed and modified. Okay, setuid bit allows a file to be executed with special permissions of the file's owner. Okay, not the user running the file. This is particularly useful when the programs are need elevated privileges temporarily. Okay,
A common example is the passwd command. This program modifies the passwd file in etc folder which stores user account information. Since regular user don't have permission to modify this file, the setuid bit is set on passwd, allowing it to run with root privileges when needed. You can set the set bit uid bit on a file by running chmod u plus s then file name. Before that, let us see the current file permission by running ls minus l. Okay, so it is not having s bit on user permission, you can see. Then let us set the set bit chmod u plus s then file name. Let us list the file now to see the permission. See, there is a s bit set on user permission, okay, owner permission. So to remove this permission, you have to use chmod u minus s then file name. You can see the file name is highlighted with red because the s bit is set. Now if you remove the s bit, the file will not be highlighted. Now whenever this file is executed, it runs with owner privileges.
so the next is set group ID on execution. The set group ID bit works similarly, but instead of granting user permissions, it grants group permissions. When applied to directories, files created inside the inherit the group of the directory instead of the user default group. Okay. For example, if you set the setgid on a shared directory for a project, every file created within will belong to the project group rather than the creator's default group. This simplifies the collaboration in team environment. Let us see how to set the setgid bit using chmod command. So you can set the setgid bit using chmod sudo chmod, then you have to use G instead of U for the set GID. Okay. So I will select the folder for this test. Now what happens? You can see the group. It is having set bit. And this permission inherits for the group. Okay. Not for the user. Let us move to the sticky bit special permission. Okay. The sticky bit is used on directories to prevent users from deleting files they don't own, even if they have write permission. Okay, this is most commonly applied to the temp directory, where multiple users store temporary files. For example, in a directory where many users can write files like shared folder, you don't want users accidentally or maliciously deleting each other's file, right? Setting the sticky button resolves this problem.
You can set the sticky bit on a file or directory by running chmod plus t, then directory or file name. Let us see the permission before running the setting the set bit sticky bit. There is no sticky bit. Now let us set the sticky bit chmod, then plus t, then file name. Now you can see the sticky bit set on the file. Now this file cannot be removed by others even though they have write permission. You can see the sticky bit set. Now users can only delete the files they own even though they have write permission for the directory. This ensures the shared resources remain secure. Also, this is how we remove the sticky bit chmod minus t, then file name. You can see the sticky bit is removed.
Let's move to the next section. Secure file management practice. So what are the secure file management practice? Beyond setting permission, let's talk about some best practices for securely managing the Linux. Okay. So first thing I want to discuss is limiting the permissions. Always grant the least amount of permission necessary for user to do their jobs. For example, files that should only be read but never modified can be set with 644, where the owners has write permissions but others do not. Okay. If you have configuration file that multiple users need to access but should only be modified by the administrator, set it with the chmod configuration 644, then the configuration file name. Okay. Example, if you have a configuration file that multiple users are need to be accessed but should only be modified by the administrators, set with the chmod 644 configuration text. Okay. Instead of giving the permission to users, individual users, okay, use groups to control the access to files and directories. This way you can manage permissions for a team or department efficiently. Let us say you are working on the project, okay, where only the developers group should have access to a directory. You can set the directory to be owned by the developers group and give right permission to that group. Okay, understood? Regularly check the permissions to ensure the files are secure. Okay, it's a good practice to periodically review file permission to catch any misconfiguration. This is how we can manage the file with very securely in Linux. Okay, that brings us to an end of today's session on file management and security in Linux. We have covered the essential of managing the file permission using chmod, chown, and chgroup, and explored the powerful usage of setuid, setgid, and sticky bit special permissions. By understanding and applying these concepts, okay, you will be able to control who can access, modify, or delete files on your system, which is crucial for maintaining security and organization. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumb and subscribe to channel for more Linux tutorials, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.